Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor JJC. We're here to talk about, season 44, episode 3. My name is Colleen.
My name is Jamie.
And I'm not talking till we get the intro song.
The intro song played, you just didn't hear it.
No, I want to hear it.
Watching.
It joined us later.
It's joining us later. I have to set up the mixer on my laptop because the old computer is completely bit the dust. Although if you listen to the broadcast, Amanda had a wonderful idea to just, bring it to the Genius Bar at Apple. But a whole lot of things have to happen first, a.k.a. Jay has 75% of the space on that iMac, and he needs to clear that off. So until he clears it off, it's just never going to happen. So he's never going to clear it off.
I got 3 computers in the attic that have never been cleared up.
Yeah. So you know how it goes.
I know how it goes. I go, what do you want me to do with these things? You got to save them.
Yeah. Well, also, I am wearing, you can't really tell because my earbud's in the way. I wear green once a year, basically, and my shamrock earrings for St. Patrick's Day this week. Yay!
No one can pinch you. Well,
celebrating that time that my family thought that maybe we were part Irish. and then 23andMe was like, nope.
Man.
Here's 1% Scottish, but the rest of you are on your own.
I'm Irish, if that means anything.
Yeah, good for you. You go, Glen Coco.
I started drinking more beer when I found out, but but
you
like
drink that
to do so.
You drink like 4% APV French beer.
Yeah.
But
what's a good beer? I mean, what do we do? Why do you hate the French?
You are more French. I've got 0 French. So
I do have French in me, yes.
Yeah, my ancestors pretty much stuck to the southern Mediterranean, that and northern African continents. That was it.
I literally have a little bit of everything that walked across Europe, so that means I have permission to pretty much do whatever a European do.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I can just
have you done 23andMe?
I did the Ancestry.com.
Oh, Ancestry. Okay.
Mm-hmm, yes.
I wanted to do that one to see if 23andMe was right because I was very disappointed in mine, but that's okay.
You should do it still.
Yeah.
Do what?
You should still do it. Maybe we'll do that for like Father's Day. I'll see if everybody wants to like get you a test.
Yeah, because I still think it's BS, but that's okay.
I don't know. I'm bringing this up because Zach's doing some like family tree thing at school or whatever. So maybe Alex is, because they asked for family pictures to send in. So I happen to have had literally a whole bunch printed out earlier this year, and I was like, here you go. I've got all these extras literally laying around.
Nice.
I know this is not Survivor related at all. I swear to God, it's only been 3 minutes. We're gonna get into it. But we actually pulled it up last week. And the breakdown of my Italian roots are actually, it's Calabria and Sicily. And my grandparents are from both of those regions. So it's pretty accurate that nice. Way. Like, it was kind of crazy how they, it was like, here's your large percentages here. And then the other bulk of my heritage is Greek. So like I said, I'm as Southern Mediterranean as you can get. Again, this is neither here nor there. For those of you who tuned in to listen to us talk about Survivor, apologies.
My Italian is Corleone.
Corleone, did you say?
I'm gonna make him an offer again. Refuse. That's what they should do.
That's need to go to Ancestry for that one.
If they want to really change Survivor, make it just they actually, instead of voting someone off, they just whack them. Boom. Hey, go take a ride in the car.
Too bad for you.
Yeah, that'll be the
I'm voting for Fredo today.
No one gets out alive.
No one gets out alive.
I'm just
leaving the puzzle. Take the idol.
Are you telling me it's not going to get the ratings?
Actually, it could. We all, there was a period of time where we all were we were really into Tiger King at one about exactly 3 years ago at this point. So we could get into Sopranos edition of Survivor.
You get an idol and it blows up.
I'm just thinking about like the set.
I found an idol.
Okay.
Do they go to like an Italian restaurant, like instead of tribal?
They had to pick between a bottle of red and a bottle of white, depending on the mood they were in that night.
Don't make the wrong decision, man.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
It's a whole new spin for Shot in the Dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got to use the bathroom. Come back out. Boom, boom. You're gone.
Oh, too soon. Not too soon. Okay. All right. For real, though, let's talk about this episode of Survivor. Sneaky little snake. Firefighter Danny got the episode title. It was a good episode overall for Danny. A good episode overall for Carson. Carolyn had some good edit.
A little over dramatic in his crawling and diving.
What, are you talking, Danny?
It was so great.
He did a freaking flip, and he did a freaking flip, and I respect that. Okay.
It reminded me of every 60s.
Stops and goes, "Oh my god, he is awesome."
It reminded me of every 60s westerns where the guy would jump over and shoot as he came up and kill the guy. I'm like going,
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Well, it reminded me of Emperor's New Groove, where he's like the Emperor, David Spade's Emperor Llama is like, he's doing his own theme music. I could just tell that Danny was doing his own theme music in his head.
I did have a question. Is this the first time a player has been voted out without ever competing in a challenge?
Oh, wait, has she really sat out all? She was in the first one.
No.
She hasn't had.
No, because they lost one. Remember, what's his name knocked himself out, so all the teams had to set someone.
No, I mean the first one on the beach,
like the one where he knocked himself out.
Well, I'm not going to count that one. I'm talking about a immunity challenge.
Fair enough. Then yes, I think now you're putting me to the test, and I was ill prepared to research this. I should have researched this. Bad Survivor podcaster. Bad. Anyway,
I would stand. If she is not the first, she is in a very
small club. Yeah, jinx.
I was like, wait a minute. She gets voted out. She's never competed in an immunity challenge.
Which is a bummer. That's like, the first thing on the Survivor checklist. It's poop in the ocean, help build a shelter, be in a challenge.
Well, whose fault is it? It's her fault.
I guess so. Chris says in the chat, because we're live tonight, as we always are, Danny was very Tony-esque. I was expecting a Spy Shack return. Danny, actually, that is a great point, Chris. He had a very Tony-esque, edit tonight.
Do you think that this is just is this just firefighters? I mean, I don't know. I don't know any
Tony was a cop.
Personally.
Tony was a cop.
So, okay, first responders out there.
Well, first responders do have to deal with a lot of stress, and a lot of them are very humorous.
Yeah,
not kidding, because they literally deal with life or death. So I can
just
see that.
high energy, it's like watching someone be very aware of their high energy and having to contain it. It just shoots forward and does flips in the jungle.
One thing Danny did that I didn't like, because if someone could pick up on it when they were at Tribal, and Claire was talking about, you don't necessarily need to be physically compete in the challenges. He's like, I said, no, keep your poker face on. But he had a stink face on, like, you're crazy. We're voting you out.
Speaking of stink faces, I'm really gonna miss Lauren's stink face. I'm sorry, Claire's stink face. Apologies. Yeah. I'm really gonna miss Claire's.
She's already
I was like, why are they looking at me like that?
She's already meme legend in Survivor memeing. It's for everything.
if you're gonna go out pre-merge and gonna go out like the fourth person, it's good for you to be forever in the GIF.
Yep.
Like thing.
Yeah, and she is too. I've seen so many versions of the like it's like the new like other girl meme, and it's Franny and Matt next to the shot of her like glaring over at them. It's like, oh, this is going to go on for years. It's perfect.
But do you think it was a mistake not to vote Franny or Matt out? One of them? When they're obviously, I mean, Matt could not have. Matt's game is terrible. He's lost 2 votes. He has a fake idol, and he's fallen in love with someone on his tribe.
After 5 days.
5 days. 5 days. I'm like going, it's not the old Survivor where this would have been like 3 weeks.
There are plenty of women that can talk about Star Wars with you. I promise.
It's true.
Can we go on a road trip together? I'm like going, dude.
He seems
I love Matt and
so
Franny,
likable.
though.
Yeah, he just seems incredibly likable. But I mean, he is definitely getting a few doofus moments, like right up front and center. The fact that he is spotted getting this thing to the point where he's called out on it, and it's like, just tell him right now. Just tell him right now.
At least Brandon had the common sense when he knew that.
Yes.
What's her name?
It
was just like, I got it.
Maddie.
Yep.
Maddie.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have it.
But then he told everybody anyway. I am very glad that he didn't go home though tonight, because I cannot wait for the epic moment of that to pay off. And you know that is going to pay off in the most spectacular way. I am calling it now. That is my Babe Ruth point to right field, left field. What did you point?
Center field moment.
He pointed somewhere.
I knew it was a
field.
But does he play it for Franny? And Franny
no.
goes,
That's what I'm worried about. You guys, okay. I lost my winner's pick tonight. Like
you
shocker.
did.
And I have been sitting. Yeah,
I lost mine last week.
I've been sitting here going, who do I put up? Who do I put up in her place? Like, I don't understand the storytelling. I'm already so lost in this. And I want it to be Franny. But I'm like, Matt's going to play that idol for her. And it's going to be bad. And it's going to be so bad.
Again, it's not good. You cannot have, I don't care what, you can't be best friends with anybody on there. You have to be friends with everybody. And you can't be, overly, I mean, it's obvious. Like I said, 5 days, they got Cupid squint down. Okay. I don't know.
It's kind of spectacular how obvious it is.
Now, I think that if we were back in like 2 tribes again and you had like a much larger group of people around you, we've seen it. It's happened, right? It's not quite as threatening, but when you have a quarter of your tribe like in a relationship together, like no one else can play the game. You got to split them up.
And this week, you knew he didn't have only Franny knows he doesn't have 2 votes. Everybody knew he didn't have a vote. This was the time to get rid of Matt.
Yep. But
he wasn't good at the puzzle. He did a terrible job with the puzzle. Even when he cheated, he couldn't do it.
Right. That's what I'm thinking the whole time, because they're like, oh, well, we've got to get rid of Claire because we have to keep our team strong and she hasn't competed. And it's like, yeah, but the ones you have competing put you in the position you're in right now. But you know how it is. You get pushed in there and it's like you're going to pick on whatever reason you have to single somebody out. It just seemed like there was much more obvious reasons with Matt.
Well, I think Danny and Heidi are running the show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I get that impression tonight, too.
So, because I think that's why it was a clean sweep for Claire, is that nobody wanted to go against. I mean, once they couldn't flip Heidi, I don't think it's so much Danny. It was Heidi. When they couldn't flip Heidi, they said, okay, we'll go, we'll fall in line.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because Josh did say getting rid of Claire or Matt neither necessarily is something that's going to help him. other than him being there, that the vote's not on him. So it'll be interesting to see if Danny is put into a position where he could be in trouble. Is Danny gonna be the one that they keep saying we need to get out, but then they don't? Because it seems like, short of Heidi, the rest of them all are like, they want to work together, which to me, this just leads to the fact that they're never going to get Danny out.
No, I mean, I thought Danny played a good game. I think he probably should have. I think he did too much with the idol. He didn't need to. I mean, I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to make sure that everyone thought he doesn't have the idol, which was perfect.
Yep.
I just thought he should have let Matt, I don't know, sink himself or something. I don't know.
So, okay.
Because sometimes that'll put a target on
the fact that he made Matt say it out loud.
When you're an agitator like that, you're making you could be putting a target on your own back. It depends on how popular Matt is with the tribe, and he didn't get voted out today without a vote. So
yeah,
that's right.
And people think he has the idol. Again, that would have been, if you want to flush the idol out, that's fake.
Well, also
they don't know it.
I love, so we saw two different tribes and two different fake idols being placed and found, and we had completely different, presentations in the edit of them. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like, it was very Tony-esque. It's a lot of fun to see how Danny was able to, tuck, duck, and roll and get. Only millennials and earlier will get that. I don't know if Gen Z or later has been taught to tuck, duck, and roll. But
when you're on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, that was a joke because he's a firefighter. Glad we all got there. Yeah.
Solid gold.
Like, he was able to do that and put the whole thing in. This was the opposite of what we saw. Like, this was the smooth version, the opposite of the frenetic energy that Carolyn gave off last week when she was trying to do it. He got on in and out stealthily. The whole Matt thing, great. And that's why I think that this Matt thing is going to blow up so spectacularly, because we had like a third of the episode dedicated to it, right? It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a large part of the production. And then you've got...
But then you have Jamie finding it. You think Jamie has found the actual idol. And then it's like, ... P.S. BT dubs. Spoiler.
Yeah. Backtrack.
We're going to do a Lost Style flashback. I actually found it like 3 days ago.
Because we didn't know, right?
No. After
I've always said this. I would rather not know who has the idols.
No, it's great. We never found out that he had it, and he hid it for Claire. I'm sorry, for Jamie.
He actually hey, let's go find some worms over there.
Let's go eat. Yeah, you like eating earthworms.
Do you see what happens when you eat worms on this show? Jack and I have been trying to warn them for years.
Yeah.
For you.
Don't eat the worms. Just stop.
It just hooks you into a bad thing.
But I mean, that whole thing was also really also really funny. Like, honestly, like, just to see that in like a totally different light, you're like, oh, this is not going to end well for her either. But I don't know. Maybe it won't even come into play. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting, the difference between how we saw both of these fake idols being found with a hide style the exact same way.
Yes. And we had a quasi confirmation after last week's episode that each tribe has the real idol and has a fake idol, but in each tribe, the real one is different than the fake one.
Yes. Okay, so that's actually what Chris just asked in the chat. Yeah. So yes, the last week, Jack had brought up, made a comment about why was Carolyn holding up the fake idol? Well, it turns out Carolyn was not holding up the fake idol. She was holding up the real idol for her tribe, which was an identical copy. Of which the fake was an identical copy of the fake idol for a different tribe. So there's 3 real idols, 3 fake idols, and they all look identical. So only the person that found the real idol knows that they have the real idol, and it's going to cause chaos. And I think actually
going to be
this is a brilliant twist. I love this twist because Carolyn could see her idol.
This one I can live with.
I love this twist, actually. Like, Carolyn could see somebody else having her idol. It's the exact same idol. She's not going to know that it's fake.
Yep.
The same with Jamie. Jamie's not going to know that hers is fake because somebody else has a real version of that idol. It's wonderful. I love this twist.
The best thing is it puts strategy in the game it's by the players. The players have to say, what can I do with these fake idols? Oh, I can set someone else up. That's getting back to where we're letting the players play. We're not dictating the game.
But the best part is nobody knows right now because they haven't switched tribes. Nobody knows that their fake idol and the real idols are identical.
Yeah.
So they don't even have that level of strategy yet. And I love that.
Now, question,
we have the strategy of the fake idols, though.
Right. But they don't know that the real idol, because again, Matthew saw tonight what the fake idol looked like, gave it to Jamie. Somebody else is going to pull out a real idol that looks exactly like that fake idol, and Matthew's going to think it's fake, and he's going to be like leading the charge to vote them out. He's like, "Oh, this is fake. Don't worry about it."
Now, Matthew said something about he said, "I got string and put this together." So like he got it all wrapped up and tied up and tucked away. So he's got to he's going to have to remember exactly what his looks like and track it into merge. So, but this leads to a question going forward in the game, not even necessarily this game. Has this twist basically created a problem going forward in Survivor where you never can truly believe that the idol that you got with the paperwork is the legitimate idol?
I'm fine with that.
I'm happy.
It's always going to be a question now, right? So the idea of playing an idol or maybe talking about the idol might become higher risk.
Because now you almost, if you find out there's fake idols,
and
you go, oh, wait a minute, do I not have who? I mean, because the whole idea of having an idol for me is you don't tell anybody you have an idol.
Yes.
But now you're like, okay, do I have a fake one or a real one? I don't know.
So how do you suss that out?
Who can I trust? Who can I not trust? Do I keep the idol and do I give it to somebody else? Because it could be real or it could be fake.
Yeah. I love the fact that we had two different players with somebody that trusts them when they find that idol, right? Because I think that creates a whole other level going further in the game where
good point.
Your closest person could be the one who planted it.
Yeah.
It's going to get super suspicious around here.
Well, yes, it could be.
So, yeah.
Unless Jamie eats the idols, you might think it's a worm or something.
One's going to eat them, but listen, just because somebody has an injury, you can't count them out in the game because he just pulled a major power move with that one. And he was putting his shoulder back into place as they were digging through the sand.
Yeah, actually, Alex, when we first saw him on screen, Alex was like, isn't he supposed to have a cast? Because he doesn't know the difference. He's 5. He doesn't know the difference between
right, his sling. Yep.
And we're like,
Matthew.
Yeah. And no, because he's asleep by this point. It's only Zachary that refuses to go to bed. But yeah, so he was like, isn't that guy supposed to have a cast? And I was like, yeah, he took it out last week. But then we saw, even during the challenge, that he stopped and had to readjust it. So I don't know what that says. Is that going to be a bigger play? Because it was pretty obvious that he was
if it keeps popping out like that, he's probably going to need surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, do you see shortly after that, he tunnels through the sand, right? And he goes, pull me out. And he offers his bad arm. And I'm like, don't pull I saw that.
I go, dude, what are you doing? But I think you can live. I mean, I lived with shoulder pain for about 35 years. So I think you can live with it. For 26
days. Yeah, but not if you're starving, not sleeping, being physically challenged every single day. He doesn't have access to ice or a heat pad or anything like that.
This dude practiced the games. This dude, it was his dream. It's his dream to get on there. He's gonna suck it up.
I think he's gonna push until he's told.
You just go in the ocean water and it'll cool it off.
Yeah, I don't
go in the hot sun,
heats it up. He's going to volunteer his way out of there by any means.
No,
I know, but I think it could be a medevac.
It could be.
It's not life threatening. You're not gonna. He's probably, like I said, he's probably going to need surgery after the season, or he probably already had. Well, the season's over, but
he's already had it. Yeah, it's a year ago.
That's my guess, because that's what happens when you screw up your shoulder like that.
So Sherry in the chat says is identical. I'm sorry. She says this is huge. Actually, did not notice that the fake idols were identical to the other tribe's real idols. And then Chris follows up with, Carolyn is going to be so unhinged if she thinks her idol may not be real. First of all, I follow Carolyn on Twitter, and I am a stan now. I love her so much. And if she doesn't go to the top 3 and finish first or second, I'm going to be really sad.
Yeah,
I love her. Great. She's so great. She's a pure soul. I love it. But yeah, no, I could totally see her being completely unhinged if she's like has no idea if she has a real fake idol.
Do you think she'll figure out how to wear matching shoes? What was that?
Yes.
She went to last week's tribal with 2 different shoes.
Well, how many shoes does she have?
Too. She made that comment today, like how she had.
Oh my God.
She's good at playing.
How many shoes does she have?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I didn't know people had multiple shoes.
I don't know. They kind of have multiple outfits now, though. Like, I mean, they have at least layers. They're allowed layers.
I thought Josh was going to a dinner party. I mean, I didn't realize he was so. Is it Josh? He was so dressed up.
I thought Josh was going home. To be honest.
I mean, isn't it supposed to be hot and sweaty there? He's wearing a coat, and
it's cold at night. And if you're not eating, your body temperature cools down.
This was during the day.
Yeah. I guess if you're not eating though, or at least me, if I don't eat, I get really cold. So
I don't know.
Messes with your blood sugar. It's not good.
Yeah.
Stuff.
All right, I'm not gonna eat this summer, so I don't feel the heat.
There you go.
Cool.
See,
easy breezy.
See, you thought that the key was getting your air conditioning fixed. You didn't realize you had a free solution all along.
Just don't eat.
Don't eat.
I do not advocate not eating. Your body needs fuel to survive and properly your brain to work and all the things. Anyway, okay. So, did anybody else? Let's talk. Can we just backtrack a little? Ooh. The Ratu scene with
I didn't know we had sound effects.
We do. I just did them.
State of the art.
It comes with the switching of the computer.
Okay.
Woo. Kane singing
Should get an Oscar.
Canada.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then
with
talking
full
about
heart singing it too.
full heart, talking about being a dungeon master in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
and then Brandon had his whole thing.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Last week, like a little Dungeon and Dragon dropping left and right. I'm telling you, that's what it's about.
He broke the sword.
Oh my God. Jeff. See here. So this is what I was getting at with pointing this out is if Matt ends up getting voted out, Franny still has a backup option if she's into nerds.
Yeah. She could. I mean,
also we
unless
have
road trip.
Carson's a cute little nerd. We learned today, so there's a lot of nerds.
He's a cute little nerd.
He is
a cute little nerd.
Now, are people in Canada mad that when Kane was singing the Canadian national anthem, nobody stood up? So are they upset? I haven't seen Twitter.
Is that do you have to stand up, or is that just an American thing?
I've been to baseball games and I've been to hockey games where they play the Canadian national anthem and you have to remain standing.
We do that for the U.S. anthem too, but I didn't know if it was.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. They say please remain standing for the Canadian national anthem.
Maybe the rules don't apply on an island.
I even had to stand for the Mexican national anthem, but they used to play it in San Diego. And that's a long one. Just
interesting. Speaking of Mexico, we watched the the International World Series the other day when the United States got their butt kicked by Mexico.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
Indeed.
It was like 11-3 or something. Jay and Zach and I have been watching it. Anyway, neither here nor there.
I thought that's what it
USA.
was. Chris Doran said it's our home and native land. I go, I've been singing it wrong all these years, the Canadian national anthem. I thought it was native land. Thank you, Chris Doran.
I've been singing. Is this like on the top of your like earworm selection?
Well,
You're
he said
sandwiches.
He said
all these years I've been singing it.
Well, when you go, oh Canada, my home and native land. That's what I've been singing. He sang it differently, and I went, I thought it was always native. Well, what do I know? It's like any song that you're singing and you screw up.
You're like, I didn't grow up singing this.
It's like my mom used to.
So that's embarrassing for him. No,
my mom used to sing Prince's song, "Little Red Corvette." She thought it was "Pay the Rent."
Oh my God.
Well,
yeah, you
pay the rent, collect.
Well, just like that. How many people? I know Jay did this too. It was for Tiny Dancer. Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Yep.
Well, isn't that that's Weird Al, isn't it? Yeah.
Does Weird Al do that?
I don't. I thought it was I thought someone made fun of that song.
I know, because Jay said once that I thought that was it. I know that my sister thought the "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman" lyric when my soul was in the Lost and Found. She was very upset one day when she was like 6 or 7 years old. She's like, "But why was her son in the Lost and Found?"
There's a comedian that a British comedian, I think he'll play the song, and then he'll sing it his way where both people screw it up. And people believe that's the way the song is, and you're like going, oh, I didn't know it was that way. But
yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. But anyway, I drop this stupid trash can every time I podcast in here because I put my feet on it and it's little. But okay, what else are we missing from this episode?
Worms.
We got a great snore montage. That was fun.
We did. You're right.
That would be bad for me.
I snore too.
Ever since I got hit with the hockey puck in the face, I've snored.
I love that Carolyn says that, and then you wake up, and then I see you like that. It just ticks her off when he's smiling.
She's saying, "I want to kill you," but she doesn't. If this was a Godfather version of Survivor, she'd probably kill Yam
He's
Jam.
gone.
But I like how she said, "No, I'm not voting you out for it. I'm just telling you it pisses me off." She has no feeling. Like you said, Colleen, you gotta love her because she's very honest and she's a character. You gotta love her.
Like truly, I admire people who are just like, I am who I am. I'm a weirdo. I don't care. That's who I am. Like me or don't like me. But if you don't like me, just go on with your business.
But it's Survivor.
It's not harming anyone.
Like you, though.
Well, yes. Well, she said this on Twitter recently.
Yeah, because she was getting there was some like hate talk sliding her way in her DMs, so she addressed it and was like, "It's stupid." It's like,
yes,
stop sending me this stuff. It's
like,
stupid.
Why do you care? My life does not affect yours. I'm literally doing you no harm. I'm just existing.
Yeah, people are just batty.
I don't understand people that go out of their way to make somebody else feel bad. And like
it makes them feel better.
Oh, once in a while, kids will do something like that. Like they'll point out, like, you made a mistake, and they'll like say it in such a way, and I'll be like, yes, I made a mistake. Do you feel better about yourself pointing that out? Like, does this make you feel good to put me down by saying I made a mistake in that manner instead of politely either leaving it alone or politely saying it differently? Like,
of course, correcting the situation.
Do you feel better about yourself? And we have this conversation every so often when it happens.
And I say yes.
Well, yeah, because then they'll be like, well, no. And I'll be like, well, then why did you do it? And once in a while, I do get the yes. And I'm like, well, think about why that makes you say yes, because it makes me feel bad.
But there's some inherent desire in humanity to complain, because and I'm glad that you're like actually pointing it out to them so that they can be self-aware of their desire to complain. But the retail world, even, I mean, they know that. Like you put out like surveys, and somebody who's pleased is not going to fill out a 20 question survey, but
unless they're really pleased, unless somebody like really went out of their way. But the average person is not going to.
No, but if you're slightly irritated, you are 10 times more likely to fill out that survey and then tell 20 other people how irritated you were.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
In the world of like reality television, you're going out there and you're just being yourself. It's like really difficult for these people coming back out of that TV world and spending that first year. They all talk about how part of the relief of a new season starting is getting the heat off of them, because there's just so many people that want to needlessly throw out complaints.
I think a lot of you live in the world of Twitter, where it's social media, where it's, because I don't think in Survivor when it first started you didn't have social media. I mean, it wasn't
not 20 years ago, 23 years ago.
So what Richard Hatch was doing, people were like, whatever.
Right. It was whatever the news, magazines.
But now you have that instant. I'm going to cancel you. You can't make a mistake. You can't be that. Like Big Brother, I think is the seasons I watched where you had the person that came across as an a-hole. You're like going, ooh, that person is toast. And yeah, they were toast. I mean, some people deserve it because they say stupid, racist things.
Yep.
But there's some people just say something.
By and large.
Yeah. They say something stupid, and you're like going, oh my God, they're going to get hammered for that. And sometimes it's just not fair. But that's when you're signing up for a reality show, you should have to know you're putting yourself out there. And I think a lot of it's people are jealous. I mean, how many people? I mean, each week Jeff's going, why don't you sign up for Survivor? And how many people have signed up and not gotten even a sniff?
Right.
So also though, first of all, side note, P.S. footnote, because Alex loves to walk around naked, as we talked about before we were recording this. We actually sometimes will refer to we will refer to him sometimes as our little Richard Hatch. Which came from Jay. One day he was like, "These are little personal Richard Hatch," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
You should probably help him file his taxes for the first few years.
I was gonna say, make sure he pays his taxes. I don't want to visit Alex in jail. I can make him a cake with a file in it, but I don't want to have to do it.
I don't either. Obviously, as his mother, but I have no doubt that Alex would do well in jail. He would run that place.
He'd know the right people, right?
In a minute.
Thanks, Sherry. I was wondering if because my video is screwing up, right?
It doesn't screw up to me, actually, which is why I haven't said anything. But at least your audio is fine. Okay, now you just did it, but that was the first time I noticed it. Second of all, how many, going back to just this whole conversation, how many people you think have slid into Kane's DMs 1 hour after the episode ended, approximately an hour and 50 minutes after he messed up the lyrics, have been like, "You're a terrible Canadian, you should leave the country, you should do this, you should do that"? Like, how many people do you think
do you even play hockey?
Right?
Mr. Dungeon and Dragons?
Right. Like how much hate do you think he's gotten? Because the internet is terrible. People are the worst. Anyway, okay. Getting back to Survivor.
I'll be honest though. When I find someone I used to work at the rink and they go, "Are you from Canada? Oh, you must play hockey." No. What? Really? I thought it was mandatory.
Yeah.
It is.
I've heard that. Anyway, okay. Anything else before we move into the commercial break, the feedback, the tally the votes, the fun stuff?
Just that Maddie did a great job at trying to plead the case of keeping Claire around during Tribal. I really wanted to say
Maddie?
Not Maddie, sorry, Franny.
Okay, Franny. Okay.
It's the double letters. But I just think that she articulated it so well, where it's like, okay, part of it is,
today.
Oh yeah,
you gotta get all the messages.
You better put your life preserver on.
Get my life jacket and just take some Ativan and prep. It's gonna be fine, guys. I'll get through it. But no, Franny's just like how she's like, you guys, yeah, that right now yes, there's the physical part of it, but like, trust and this and that. I think that exact same speech would be far better listened to in a post-merge situation.
Right.
But it was still, it's like, girl, okay, we've got one person practicing building these sets in his backyard, and then we've got another person doing the puzzles with like the 3D printer, and that Franny is like writing out speeches left and right for like every scenario. So
yeah,
well practiced group here.
Yeah.
But I like when Claire goes to Heidi. All right, have you decided? Have you changed? She goes, I'm gonna, and she kind of answered like, if I was Heidi, I wouldn't have liked it because, okay, now you're putting me on the spot in front of the tribe. All right. If she wasn't voting for Claire before, I would have said, okay, I'm voting for you now.
That would have been the turn.
Yeah, because you can't put me on the spot like that in front of it. Because now you're saying, okay, it was a unanimous vote. I mean, obviously Claire didn't know it was going to be unanimous, but everyone knows that we're all voting for Claire. And then they go, oh, was Heidi working with Claire? Was she, what was going on there? She kind of to me, that's the way I looked at it. It's like, okay, you're really screwing up my game here.
Yeah, but she definitely kind of kicked some dirt her way. But if she would have, okay, Claire did her shot in the dark. So if she would have done her shot in the dark, and let's say it wasn't the not safe. Let's say we actually got 2 people saved at the first half of this season with the shot in the dark. They would have all switched it to Matt, right? Do you think that's where the votes would have gone, to Matt? Or do you think the people that talked to Claire would have said, okay, yeah, let's go for Josh? Like, what's your general assumption on where it would have gone if she would have got that shot?
I think it would have been Matt, because you have Heidi and Danny seem pretty.
They seem close, right? Like
they
tight.
seem
They're
close.
So then, do you think Josh would have just done the same thing? Well, we would have had a hot tribal. I mean, there would have been a lot of whispering.
Well, I think Josh is working with Danny right now too. I think all 3 of them are working together. Matt doesn't have a vote, so Franny would have just
been on her own. Yeah.
And then Matt would have said, "Here's my idol. Use it later."
Yep, exactly.
Pretty much.
So that would have been fun if they had not voted for if she would have won her shot in the dark. Again, I don't like the way they play it. We say it over and over again.
You don't. Yeah.
We should see there's 5.
I want to see it happen. Yeah.
5 no's and 1 good.
I know. It would have been kind of epic though, because nobody voted against her. So who did she vote for?
She didn't have a vote. She lost it with the.
Oh, she didn't have a vote. Oh my God, that would have been awesome if she
she did her shot in the dark.
That would have been the shot in the dark, like that we wanted to see. Like that would have been great.
It would have been the most successful, because then they would have had to.
They would have had to go back and revote. And then who do they vote out then? Josh
or Matt?
No, I think it's Matt.
Yeah.
I don't think Danny and Heidi are going to vote Josh out yet. I think Josh is working with Danny and Heidi. I think they're 3 strong. I think that's why probably Matt and Franny were safe, because they know they can vote him out next time.
Josh wanted to work with Franny and Matt. I just, from the little bit of confessional that we got from him, it felt like he wanted to work with them more, but he knew for his game he was going to have to work with Heidi and Danny.
Right.
That shot in the dark could have been awesome.
That could have been. We could have had a bad B.
If you're gonna just be a producer and that's what you should have done.
Yeah, if you're gonna just do what you want anyway, you might as well just done that.
If that would have been Ben, it would have won. Player shot in the dark. You can't lose. Also, here's a couple more idols. You might need them later on.
Yeah, right.
Rain them.
Here's a couple of extra pieces of parchment paper that say pass. We're just gonna throw them in there just in case. We now have a 5 and 6 chance of being safe.
Just fill it in as you see fit.
Okay, let's take a quick break. We come back.
What they should do as a practical joke?
What?
They should, it's maybe mess with, just as a joke, they should change the votes. It's just fake. Have all voting for one person, and everybody goes, "I didn't vote for." just get the reactions. Like, all right, we're just kidding. Here's the actual.
Like
vote.
a flash mob, but at tribal council.
Yeah, you say, "Oh, the vote was for Josh," and everyone's like going, "I didn't vote for Josh." And then
it's
just
like
go,
an Oscars blunder, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can have what's his name on there? I'm drawing a blank on his name.
John Travolta?
No, not John Travolta.
We use him for
Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty.
Was it Warren Beatty that announced La La Land by accident?
Yeah, I believe it was Warren Beatty.
I thought it was Steve Harvey.
No, that was the Miss America.
Oh yeah.
You're Miss America. Yes. Oh, sorry. I got the wrong card. You're attractive, but sorry, no.
Okay, wow, I didn't know any of this. Okay.
If she can't do her title, she can't do it, which never happens, right? Why would you compete in the thing and then not? Of course, if you're
Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, Vanessa Williams, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Ooh, too soon.
I mean,
It's 30 years
39
later.
years.
Too soon.
Still that because she clearly
Well, let's just say if Vanessa Williams had done what Vanessa Williams did and it was 2014 instead of like 1980 whatever, she would have not had to give up her crown. It would have been fine. She would have gone viral. They would have got a ton of money in advertisers.
There would have been a reality show based around it. It'd have been
fun. She has had a great career, though.
She had a great career. She's very talented and very lovely. But
I saw her on Broadway as the Wicked Witch in Into the Woods, circa 2002.
I saw her on Desperate Housewives.
Ah, good for you. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Let's go to a break. I've been trying to do this for 2 minutes now. We'll be right back. Okay.
45.
I was typing in the chat for myself to write down what time we took the break at. I messed up. I hit enter instead. I was going to copy and paste it after or write it on a sticky note, which I didn't want to rummage through while we were here. Okay. Anyway, let's just get back to it. All right. We are back from our break. Stay tuned for after this is over for a real fun little blooper. Maybe. I don't know. If it's late, I might not. I might just keep it in. Okay. Anyway, we have. I know.
I don't give a damn.
The time change has been rougher on me than my children. I'm the one that keeps having trouble sleeping. And it was so cold overnight the other night. So not this past night, but like into yesterday. I woke up like at least 4 or 5 times just freezing cold. It was so cold. I don't understand why.
It was cold last night too.
It was 29 when we woke up yesterday morning. And it was cold last night too, but last night I actually went to sleep.
I can hear Jamie. Is she talking?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I went to sleep in my pajamas in my bathrobe and then 2 blankets last night. I was
Did
prepared.
you eat a sandwich before bed? You could have just been really hungry because you get really cold when you haven't eaten.
That's very true. No, I think I had popcorn.
Was the air conditioning
on? Why is it so cold in here?
Okay. We have an email from Ryan.
Who?
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan Diaz.
Ryan? Oh, Ryan
Diaz. Says.
Hey, speaking of bad shoulders.
Ryan says. Subject, birdcage. Text. You don't even have to smash the birdcage with the, quote, change the course of history, unquote, mallet. You could just 100% use a stick, knock it off the hook, slide it to the side, and open it. I recommend the On Fire podcast. Pretty fun, extra information. The On Fire podcast is Jeff Probst's podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Mike Scoopin's podcast, but Jeff Probst's podcast.
I love you guys.
I'm
going to say something else, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I was thinking something else, but we're totally not going to go there. Okay. We'll have to check that out. Thank you, Ryan. I actually have subscribed to it, but I haven't listened yet.
Did Jeff look old in that golf commercial?
He looks old.
No, I mean, he really looked old in that golf commercial. I said,
it's like whenever they do a commercial, I just don't feel like they have like either the same camera or makeup team working with him because he does look different. He always looks different.
He doesn't have that younger filter going on. The thing that people use
younger
on TikTok
filter.
and Instagram.
He doesn't have that Snapchat filter.
Yeah, Snapchat where it's like, hey,
where's teenage Jeff at? Jeez, who's this guy?
Honestly, I was like going, what happened to him? Did he fall in the fire? I mean,
I don't know.
It didn't look like Jeff. Of course, he has that special lighting and stuff like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
He's got that round light, for Survivor. And
that host halo light.
Anyway.
Reserved for hosts only.
Jeff, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but you haven't put me on the show, so I don't care.
There we go. All right. Mandy sends an email. Oh, Canada. I hate 3 tribes. Women go home with 3 tribes because of tribe strength. Fake idols.
A lot.
I know. Fake idols. Will they make it to be played post-merge, or will the ones with the fake talk to someone with a real idol and realize they were bamboozled, sent from my iPhone? Mandy, go back about 40 minutes. I think
this
we
is
talked
Mandy?
about that. Mandy?
Well, maybe maybe they shouldn't do physical challenges from the start. You know, once they merge, the challenges are more balanced, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's been a problem that people have talked about for years, even when we were at like 2 tribes, is these first challenges are so physical. It's an unfair advantage. Hypothetically, it's an unfair advantage towards the males. There needs to be, and maybe that's why they throw in all these like relay races where you have, something that's really, really physical, and then there's something that's more balanced, and then there's a puzzle. Right. So maybe that's how they tried to even it.
Maybe.
Because in the beginning, they didn't have a lot of puzzles. It was more just physical challenges.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, we need to balance this out and have more, puzzles. Not that women are not strong. There's been some strong women. Was it
yes,
Africa?
Thank you, Survivor Challenge creators, for thinking women are smarter and putting the puzzles in just for us.
Well, who's that one? Was it? I think it was Africa. It was not Africa, Australia, where she was just so buff. What was her name?
Well, and last year we had, Noelle last year. I mean, she was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was a beast.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sherry says the first year that I thought Jeff looked old. And DM Rocks says, it seems like Danny and Heidi are running the show at Soka Tribe. We agree. I think I speak for all of us when we say we definitely agree with that.
To be.
Yes, good times. Okay. I think it's time to get into the tally the votes. So as I am bringing that up on my screen, I will, Jamie, you need to pick a new.
Not suck at picking people.
You need to pick a new person. Winner's pick. Jack is still doing it. He's doing the thing, getting the points.
Still going.
Yum Yum is a favorite in this household as well. I really do hope that we see Yum Yum and Jam Jam, and Carolyn go all the way to at least the final 6.
He's got the personality. He's pretty good in the challenges, so yeah.
Okay, so Jamie has a new pick, and for the first time this entire season, all 3 weeks of it, none of us get any points because Jamie had Claire in her final 3, and Jack and I both had her as making the merge.
Well, if I knew she wasn't doing any challenges.
Had we known.
If we only knew now what we knew then what we knew now.
Did we have the right tribe losing, though? I think we had the right tribe, right?
We had the right tribe. Let's see. Well, no. None of us had the right tribe. You did. Jack had. So, Jack, you get 1 point for having, or did we just say it was 1 point or half a point for the right tribe? Give you a point. There you go. Okay. 1 point for Jack. Jamie, unfortunately, you get no points still. Jack now has a total of 2, and I have a total of 1. Woo! Going into week 4.
This game is over.
This game is over.
It is.
Going into week 4, who do we think is going home? I can go first. I still think that it might be Kane. And I just get that feeling because we had that whole big montage with him today, and it was either him or Brandon.
Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else playing Survivor that's from Canada?
No, I think find out
he doesn't. If he doesn't know the national anthem of Canada, they might vote him out.
We need to ask Omar. Somebody needs to send him a tweet and ask if it was done correctly.
Okay. Who wants to go next? And Jamie, you just think of your new winner's pick.
I'll go next. Okay. I'm going to go, unless there's a challenge for, the extreme eating bugs or something like that. Maybe it's Jamie that goes home. Maybe point. She plays her, because she played her shot in the dark the first week. Maybe she plays her idol. We find out. Dun 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 dun.
Well, actually, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to change mine to Sling Matthew, because I really do think that there's something to my theory earlier that he's going to be begging to go home soon because of his broken arm. So may I change it? Are you guys okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he wants. There's no way he goes home.
Okay. Cool. Jamie, you're up.
Okay. I find it hard to argue with Jack's logic on this one. I feel like Jamie is probably the most logical out. And for my new winners pick, it's a gamble, but I'm going with Franny.
Whoa!
Franny's going home next week.
Yep, she'll be gone.
I'd like to also change for a second time to Franny.
I'm just ensuring her fate. Hey, listen, the last 2 seasons I got up to the Final Four with my original winners pick. It is about time the tides come my way and wash me out.
Fair enough. Okay, so now for 10 points, you've got Franny. Jack still has Jam Jam, and I still have Carolyn.
And I really think all 3 of us picked the most delightful people in the game.
We did pick the most delightful people. We totally did. I have no regrets.
I have a really hard time picking winners in this new era of Survivor because I feel like the old way of winning is just not how it's won anymore. Like the aggressive game player is, it's always somebody right behind them. It's always the person right behind them that is getting the win.
Yeah.
Plus you can't. You have to factor in. There's going to be twists and turns that you don't know. You don't know.
Nope. Something bizarre is going to happen.
I'm sure there's titles. Who knew?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Thank you all for listening, especially those who joined us live. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JandJack. Zachary and sometimes Alex and I are still going strong doing those bonus episodes each week.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. We have a good routine. I think we've settled into rewatching the episode on Sunday to talk about it. So that is the goal, is to have them done Sunday. But of course, now as I say that, we'll finish it at like Tuesday night. I shouldn't just talk anymore. I should just stop. But check those out, though. We do have fun. They're running about 10 minutes long. And again, if you're, don't tune in for the Survivor commentary is what I'm trying to say, but it's a lot of fun.
It's Survivor in spirit.
It's Survivor seen through the eyes of a third grader.
If you like the first 3 or 4 minutes of our show tonight, tune in.
Yeah, tune in. Totally. We're great. If you'd like to contribute any feedback, I know Shandy Pants is caught up now, so that's exciting. SurvivorJJC@gmail.com is the email for us. We don't have a voice line right now, but you can always record a audio recording and email that in if you really feel strongly about that.
We have the technology.
But yeah, on that note, hopefully I didn't miss anything, but thanks everybody. Looking forward to see where we go next week. I can't stress enough as we sign off how much I am enjoying the cast this season. They are very delightful to have on my screen. So yay. All right. Okay. Well, I guess bye everybody. Oh God, I know you're never gonna listen to this, but happy birthday on Friday.
Oh, is it Got's birthday?
Yeah, he's your God today, baby. So,
I can't wait to mess it.
Yeah, and JP, if you're listening, JP's birthday is on Sunday the 19th. So,
oh my goodness, all of these March wind babies.
All of these March babies. Yeah.
Did JP?
Did he pee? Don't know.
I'm trying to be part of
the I can ask him when I go upstairs.
Patron Survivor podcast.
Well, Papa Jack, you can join us anytime. Oh, I know. There was a meetup weekend in which I believe was it Zach? One of them just referred to JP as P for the whole weekend.
I think it was Zach. I remember that.
I think it was Zach too. I think this was when Alex was like, about 2 years old, so he was too young for that. But I'm sure now he would just call him J Poopy because that's where we are.
Huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. All right. On that note, everybody, goodbye. My name is Colleen.
Jamie.
JP.
Peace out, everybody. Bye.
Bye.